Hello everyone and welcome to the Love and Dating podcast. I'm your host, dear dost, Niyuti Srivastav, and today we are diving deep into something that many of you might be struggling with. How do you trust again after a broken heart? Now, if you're listening to this episode, chances are you have been through a tough breakup or a painful experience in your love life that left you wondering if you will ever be able to open up to someone again. I get it. Trust can feel like something that's been shattered into a million pieces, and rebuilding it can feel almost impossible. But trust me, it is possible. In today's episode, I'm going to walk you through how you can rebuild trust after heartbreak, why it's so important to do so, and share a story that might help you see things in a new light. Let's start with why trust is so important in relationships. You see, trust is the foundation of everything. Without it, any relationship, whether romantic, familial, or even friendships, will struggle to grow and thrive. When trust is broken, it can feel like a massive weight. You might find yourself asking questions like, how can I ever believe in someone again? Or, what if they betray me the way my ex did? The fear of getting hurt again can become overwhelming, and it's completely normal to feel that way. But here is the truth. Not everyone will betray you. Just because one person broke your trust doesn't mean the next person will. This is where the real work begins. Learning to trust yourself again and giving yourself permission to open your heart, even though it feels vulnerable. So, how do we move forward from heartbreak and start trusting again? It's not an overnight process, but it's absolutely possible. First, acknowledge your pain. You don't have to rush your healing. It's okay to grieve. It's okay to feel the hurt. The mistake many people make is trying to skip over the pain, hoping it will go away. But healing requires you to sit with your emotions, to understand what went wrong, and to give yourself space to process it all. Let me tell you about a client of mine. Let's call him Avnish. Avnish came to me after a difficult breakup with a woman he thought was the one. His heart was shattered, and he felt like the idea of love was a fairy tale he could no longer believe in. He was angry at himself for trusting her in the first place. He told me, I feel like I have been played, and now I don't know if I can trust anyone again. I could see the pain in his eyes, but after talking through his experience, something clicked. Avnish realized that while he had been hurt by this woman, he had also learned valuable lessons from the relationship. He had grown, he had become stronger. But, and this is the key, he needed to give himself permission to trust again. I see many men these days, after having a heartbreak or after getting betrayed by someone, they hide themselves for the love in a shell. They go in a cocoon, which they are so afraid of getting out. And this makes them gamophobic as well. So give yourself permission to trust again. Healing starts with self-forgiveness. When we have been hurt, it's easy to blame ourselves for not seeing the red flags or for trusting the wrong person. But here is the truth. You didn't fail by trusting them. You loved with all your heart, and that's something to be proud of. There is no shame in that. Before you can trust someone else again, you need to rebuild trust in yourself. Let me explain. Trusting yourself means that you're able to trust your judgment, your intuition, and your ability to make healthy decisions moving forward. When Avnish and I spoke more about what happened with his ex, he realized that he ignored some of the red flags early on in the relationship. But instead of beating himself up, we worked on regaining his self-trust. We identified the moments where he ignored his gut feeling and why that happened. Avnish recognized that in the future, he could trust his intuition more deeply. Self-trust is the foundation of rebuilding trust with others. When you learn to trust your own decisions, you will be able to set boundaries, ask for what you need, and recognize when a relationship feels right or wrong. Think about it. Have you ever ignored that little voice in your head that said, "Something's off here"? We all have. But as you heal from your past heartbreak, it's important to learn how to listen to that voice again. Your intuition is your superpower, and it can guide you toward the right partner when you're ready. Now, let's get to the hard part, opening your heart again. After heartbreak, it can feel safer to shut yourself off from love altogether. But here is the thing. Love isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. Just because one person broke your heart doesn't mean the next person will. And even if they do, it doesn't mean you can't heal and love again. Vulnerability is key here. It's scary, I know. But vulnerability is what allows you to connect with others on a deeper level. And vulnerability starts with being honest with yourself. If you're ready to trust again, you need to be willing to take the risk. If you want to know more about vulnerability, go and listen to our Season 1 episode 35. Let me share another story, this time about Manish, a man I have worked with for several months. After his divorce, Manish didn't date for nearly 2 years. He was so afraid of getting hurt again that he kept his heart locked away. But deep down, he longed for companionship. One day, he reached out to me and said, "Niyoti, I think I'm ready to try again, but I'm terrified. How do I know if I can trust someone else?" I told him, "Manish, trust isn't about being 100% sure. It's about taking small steps. You don't need to give someone your whole heart immediately. But you can open yourself up, slowly, and see if the connection is worth it." And so he did. He started talking to a woman he met through friends. They went out for coffee, talked for hours, and over time, Manish realized that he could trust her, at least in the beginning stages of their connection. It was not instant, but it was a step in the right direction. Trust doesn't have to happen all at once. It's okay to go slow. It's okay to build trust gradually. But don't close yourself off completely. Love will find its way back into your life when you allow it to. So, where do we go from here? If you have been wondering how to trust again after heartbreak, here is the most important thing I want you to take away from today's episode. Healing takes time, but it's absolutely worth it. Give yourself the space to grieve, rebuild trust with yourself, and slowly open your heart again when you're ready. And remember, you're not alone in this process. Trust can be rebuilt and love can be found again. If you're feeling ready to take the next step in your journey toward trusting again and finding the right partner, I've got something special for you. I would like to invite you to sign up for the Dating Right workshop. This workshop will walk you through the practical steps to open your heart, trust yourself, and build the kind of relationship you have always wanted. We will work on deepening your understanding of what makes a healthy relationship, how to trust yourself, and how to attract a partner who aligns with your true self. You can also book a one-to-one call with me. Don't let fear keep you stuck. The love you desire is waiting for you. So take the first step towards trusting again and sign up today. Click the link in the episode description to register for the workshop or book one-to-one call with me and start your journey toward a healthier, more fulfilling relationship. Thank you for tuning into the Love and Dating podcast. I am Niyoti Srivastav and I'll see you in the next episode with more tools to help you love and date with confidence. Until then, don't let fear keep you stuck. The love you desire is waiting for you because remember, you deserve the love. Happy dating!